Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. February is upon us yet again, and now the winter lull is moving away, the bigger titles are beginning to release. And just as I intended to talk about Iron Man VR, that has now been rescheduled for a May release instead. And the amount of games that have been delayed this year is mind-blowing, but we won't let that bring us down. New games, February 2020, let's do this. I'm starting with a game which I would love your opinion on. Have you heard of Dreams? Dreams has the potential to be the game which changes video games forever. That may sound like a lofty claim, but hear me out. Dreams is split into two halves, the playing aspect and the creative aspect. Did you ever play a game called Little Big Planet? Back then, we could create our own levels and have millions of people enjoy them. Dreams is that concept, but heightened and evolved into everything you see on screen right now. I've seen people recreate their favourite games with breathtaking accuracy, such as The Hallway from Silent Hills PT. Another person in the beta created a remix of Sonic Adventure from the Dreamcast. Can you see why I'm excited to see what the community create next? Any genre is possible here. Anything you can imagine, whatever we dream, we can create. Dream drops on PS4 on February 14th, and talks have already begun about a PC release in the near future. I'll keep you up to date with that one. I'll be sure to demo some of the greatest levels I can find each month after release. But the real question is, does Dreams interest you at all? I admit I'm kinda hyped. Next up, we have Zombie Army 4 Dead War. Yeah, you're not seeing things. Hitler has summoned zombie Nazis. The game is set in an alternative timeline to our own in 1946, a year after Adolf initiated Plan Z, or Plan Z, which we lovingly call the Zombie Horde. I've been playing Zombie Army 4 this week, and I have to admit, I was expecting a mindless shooter, but I was pleasantly surprised by some of the mechanics. For example, zombies you've taken down and murderized can be reawakened. To prevent this from happening, we go for a good old head stomp. It 100% is guaranteed to stop this happening. The enemy types evolve over time with helmets to protect their domes and high-level bosses with unique weaknesses. On top of this, there are interactable elements in each mission, such as, get this, electrifying a zombie shark into action. Speaking of electrifying zombies, weapon attachments and upgrades allow us to change our own loadout with pretty devastating effects. And then we have the good old Sniper Elite moments with slow-mo bullet time X-ray gore. With both a solo campaign with up to 4 players and a horde mode which brings back the Call of Duty Zombies nostalgia, this seemingly B-movie spin-off has more under the hood than I personally expected. February the 4th, if you're interested, on PS4, Xbox and PC.
Oh, hello.
How about a hospital simulator? This is 2 Point Hospital, finally making its way over to console on February 25th. If you've ever played Theme Hospital, you know what to expect here. Build your own hospital from the ground up and invest in different treatments for your patients. Of course, these aren't real-world issues. You'll be curing lightheadedness by literally decapitating your patient and reassembling them afterwards. There is an illness known as a pandemic, which involves a kitchen pan on multiple patients' heads. Yeah, it's that kind of game. In some scenarios, your help won't be enough and the ghosts will haunt your hospital. Here's a quick pro tip. Hire janitors with the ghost capture skill to get rid of the undead. Fictitious illnesses are everywhere and you're the only one with the OCD skills needed to keep this hospital running. Your managerial skills will be tested massively on February 25th on PS4, Xbox One, oh, and on the Switch too. That's impressive. Let's include an update to a pre-existing game here, Apex Legends. 1 year ago, this game smashed a hole in everything and became one of the biggest games of the year without any fanfare at all. Now, 1 year on, Season 4 is going to drop on February 4th, with a brand new character which can be bought or you can earn it in-game for free, and he's a thick boy. We need more thick people in video games. The season is named Assimilation and will bring in new weapons, new regular content, and an update to the pre-existing maps. I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for a map update. I'm seriously thinking about jumping back in. Do you still play, or are you contemplating returning? I'd love to know your thoughts. The Darksiders series has been difficult to surmise in the past. Part puzzle game, part button bashing extravaganza, and part Soulsborne. Each game release changes our expectations. Well, that's happening again with Darksiders Genesis. This time, it's the camera which has changed the most. Looking like a Diablo clone at first, it quickly becomes apparent Genesis is trying to keep the elements from previous games which have proved successful. So ultimately, this is a role-playing hack and slash title. In terms of the story, Genesis is a prequel to the core series following Strife, one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, usually accompanied by his brother War. PC gamers have had this for a few months, and now on February 14th, PS4, Xbox One and Switch gamers will get their chance to journey back into hell. One of the most long-running fighting games returns with one of the most complete editions ever assembled. This is Street Fighter V Champion Edition. By now, we all know how Street Fighter works, so let's not start there. Instead, here's the main bullet points. There have been so many versions of Street Fighter over the years, it's been impossible to keep up. Arcade editions, seasons being added with more content. Well, Street Fighter V Champion Edition has pretty much everything. 40 characters are included in this outing. 40. This will take a long time to master. On top of that are 34 stages and arenas to do battle in, and now we live in the world of cosmetic items. The Street Fighter V Champion Edition has over 200 to try on. With new cinematics, new gameplay modes, and all at a discounted price, Street Fighter V Champion Edition could be the game for you. February 14th, if you are interested. As I've already spoken about Zombie Hitler, this video is likely to be demonetized, so let's talk about another non-child friendly game, Infliction Extended Cut. Ultimately, an updated and polished version of the 2018 game, which never made it to consoles. Infliction puts us inside an interactive nightmare, uncovering heartbreaking secrets and hidden messages, all whilst being scared to death. Operating quite like Outlast, hiding under tables and beds to prevent being spotted is a key way to play, but we also can be more aggressive with a camera flash used to stun the spirits you encounter. On February 25th on PS4, Xbox One and Switch, with a PC release coming later in the year. So there we have it, 8 new games dropping in the month of February 2020. Does anything float your boat? I think I'll be jumping into 2 Point Hospital, and of course, taking on Hitler's zombie hordes. What will you be playing? I'll be in the comments lurking. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.